Hello, everybody. Today I'm going to go over a tool that I use to budget my money. Only instead of traditional budgeting, it's more of a forecast. That's easier for me, and I found that it's more valuable. So, to communicate how I use this tool, I have set up a simplified household budget based off of two people that get paid bi-weekly. This happens to be how it works in our household. We actually are paid bi-weekly on alternating weeks. So as you'll see in the next spreadsheet, I've used the same scenario and you'll have income coming in every Friday. Then you have the bills. I've separated the bills by monthly bills and then by weekly bills. All right, let's jump right into the actual spreadsheet itself. Note that this sheet right here does not feed any information in the next sheet. It is just here to talk about the budget we are going to be forecasting before we jump into the next screen. So the actual forecast is here. So there are actually three sections that we're going to focus on. We have the balance forward week. And what the balance forward week is, and that is going to be assuming we get paid every Friday, how much will be in our checking account on that Friday when we get paid. Then there is the week ending balance, and that is once we get paid and then pay our bills, how much will we have in our checking account after we pay our bills. This number will roll over to the balance forward of the next payday. We're operating under the assumption that we start out with $1,000 in our bank account. And you'll see that we have the bills, again, listed here, monthly, and then weekly here. And any bills that aren't falling into that category, we'll go over those scenarios with this little area down here. So let me scroll back up and let's go ahead and start off simply by putting in our income. We'll assume that person A gets paid $850 on February 16th, which is the day that we're actually recording this. So it makes a little bit more sense for this planner. And because they get paid bi-weekly, they will get this amount every other week. Oops. And person B is going to receive $800, again, bi-weekly on alternating weeks. You'll notice as I'm putting that income in, the balance is calculating down here at the bottom of our week, and then it's what should be in our checking account at the beginning of the next payday, assuming we stuck to our budget. And likewise, the income comes in, it sums up, and carries over. Because we want to at least put a couple dollars away, let's just go ahead and put a $25 into our savings account. And because weekly bills are easier, let's go ahead and list them out real quick. And let me just do a little copy paste here. All right, we had a little bit of a reality check. You'll see after it's all rolled up in 6 months, or 4 months rather, we'll have $7,800, but that's not true. On to the monthly bills. So the way I schedule my bills is I pay everything out of the 16th that falls between the 16th and the 23rd. Well, that happens to be these two bills right here. So that would be $100 for the credit card and $100 for the internet. Then we would move over and find out what happens between the 23rd and the 2nd. Well, that would be the auto insurance. That would be our mortgage or rent. And the life insurance. Following this pattern, we're going to go ahead and fill out the rest of the sheet. Now that we've filled that out, let's go ahead and take note of some things. First, we see these yellow fields starting to pop up, such as here, 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 here. Now you'll see that they're also at the top, but that's just where they roll over from the bottom. We will also see these red fields starting to pop up here and here. So what's going on? Well, the red fields are obviously, well, we're going to go with the negative. That is that after income and paying our bills, we will be overdrawn. The yellow fields are our low balance indicator. This is controlled by this field right here. And so we can actually change that by, let's say we wanted to be indicated, well, 500, that's a bit high. Let's see, just want to know when it's below 350. Change that and they update. So I guess our first question to answer is, how do we get rid of the red? That's going to happen in 4 months. Well, we could get rid of some of our savings, but we should probably strive to keep that. So what if every third week we decided to drop our miscellaneous spending to $50? So I'm going to drop this to $50. Well, that saved us a little bit. Third, $50. Third, $50. $50. $50. Now you will see that we are, again, right back at zero. So that's where it really starts to get powerful to me. Now, typically, I'm not really shooting for 4 months out. Most people are rarely looking more than 2 weeks out. So let's run through a different scenario. Let's say we're in Best Buy and we see a TV for $500. Well, if we do a little bit of simple math, we know that in the next week or two, we'll probably have enough money. So we go ahead and buy said TV. I'm just going to put a little note for TV right here, and I'm going to put $500. And interestingly enough, it wouldn't be till 2 months later until we actually went in the red. Well, that was a powerful piece of information to have, because that could mean that A, we don't need the TV and we should probably just get rid of it, or B, we can consciously make that decision and say that we will get rid of going out for 2 weeks, and that pushes us back a whole nother month. Of course, we may also mean that we want to just work a little overtime and get a little bit more money, and we're good to go again. So this is why I prefer forecasting. Just having that knowledge, making the decision, being able to react is what's important to me. Let's say one more scenario before we finish is that we had planned to have $1,000. We didn't log it, we didn't budget it, we didn't do anything, but we checked our bank account on payday and we really had $800. Well, if we just change this to $800, everything recalculates. We're still in the good for another 4 months. So I don't know if we really have anything to worry about. So that's how I use my budgeting forecast spreadsheet in a nutshell.